Hello.
Hello. You're live once again.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm so excited today. Today is going to be a powerful session. Oh my God.
I'm feeling cool. And I must say that you're looking beautiful.
Thank you. You look good. Fine boy, no people.
Yeah, I'm beautiful. Beautiful.
Let's see, has anyone joined in?
Yeah,
Okay.
so who has joined?
Who is what?
Yeah, somebody, Bridget.
Bridget Elesin, our guest is here. We can see you. Thank you.
You can send the invite so we can just call you in.
Maybe I will join. But we don't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
She has a lovely picture on her DP.
She's
Always.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful. And
Has
loaded.
This image you will see now, we'll see the live face soon.
I don't understand this music that you always play.
Just want to keep it instrumental.
No. Next time let's play correct music.
This is not correct.
I don't know. Maybe it's correct. Is this your favorite genre of music? Because I can't even make. I don't know what.
Right. Yeah. Let me go ahead and is it go now? Okay. I think the call them instead of the rolling just
Yeah.
All right, Bridget and Tunde, if you can just send in the invite so that we can accept you and just bring you up.
Yeah.
Mabel is in.
Mabel, thank you for joining.
Is in.
Dipsy.
Dipsy, yeah, let me call it that way. Let me just wave it to you.
Mabella.
Yes, Mabella.
Yes. Beautiful Mabella.
Thank you for joining. I think we send the invite. So let me just hold it for a bit. Thank you so much. Yeah.
No.
It's not the one.
AO speaks, thank you. We can see you.
Is that not
No. Thank you.
Bridget, if you can just send in the link so that we can call you.
We can bring you into the live and yeah.
Yes. Okay, I guess that should be you. Yes. Bringing you up now in 1, 2. Come up now. I've accepted it, and I guess it should come up anyway from that. Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay. Yay!
The music, so that is good influenced by my voice. Good evening.
Good evening.
You guys,
How we doing?
yeah.
Yeah.
usual. I was just amazing as usual.
Good evening.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Bridget, I'm so excited to have you. I know today is going to be awesome. Honestly, no jokes.
Okay. We're trying to, yeah. Hope we're good. The light is good. And we're fine.
Yes.
Thank you very much for inviting us. Good evening.
Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you for accepting. We're happy to have you here.
I hope we're also
clear. Yeah,
Yes.
very clear.
Very
I was
clear.
enjoying your banter between both of you, the music that is playing or not playing. And
thank you.
I said, oh my
Some people
God.
don't like it.
Oh my God. Mr. and Mrs. And so we understand ourselves that we have my brother like my husband and my sister like
How do you know that?
Oh, I know.
That's the can you see? They've labeled us.
No, we didn't label you. We're just enjoying the men that God has blessed us with.
Flavor like that.
We're giving them flavor, real vibe.
Yes.
Thank you.
So good to have you.
Thank you.
I think
Same here.
I think we have 14 people in the midst now.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Speaks. Thank you.
ABC
Falola, Joshua.
Ascent Foods.
Yes.
And
William.
Yes.
Bob.
How you pronounce those names?
It's allowed, sir. It's allowed. It's for any pronunciation error, we accept mercy up front.
Forgive us in advance.
Yes.
No problem.
Thank you so for joining. And please, kindly help to share the link.
Exactly.
Today is going to be explosive. It's going to be amazing. Everyone is in for a beautiful time. So please share the link with your contacts, your friends, your family members, because they are really going to gain so much. Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to kick it off? My fine Dick. Have you seen a guy that is as fine as this man before?
I'm admiring him too. I'm admiring your baba for life. I was on your page and when you were talking about date nights and all this, I said, yay! You are the
loving dude.
Yes,
deep.
You're deep for life.
Yes, so deep for life. Oh God.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining in. We have 18, or let me say technically 17 people in our midst already.
19, 20.
Myself and them. Okay. So if we take 2 out of 19, that's simple math is 17. So thank you so much.
More people are joining.
Yeah, more people are there. Yeah. Jump up to 22 now. Thank you so much. But I think we should just dive straight into it. Please, already 7:07.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tunde. Thank you, Bridget.
Thank you.
We are happy to. We're happy that you honor this invitation, and I think you just go straight into it.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that people watching now and listening to have an idea of the people that are right here with us, which they are going to be listening to. So I will just quickly read the profile. It's brief. I've read some profile before that is like you might have to take like 10 minutes to read the profile, but I love this one. It's brief and it's also very rich. So Bridget Tunde Elesin, also known as Team Elesin. If you know them, you know that they are popularly, they call themselves at that Team Elesin, and that is like a brand.
Yeah.
They are known for their passion for the family as they live the message of unity and teamwork as a couple. They have been married for 20 years. I think we should. It's a good place. 2 decades is not a joke. 20 years and the passion for doing marriage God's way have seen them organizing a yearly couples program that has brought healing and restoration to lives and families. Tunde and Bridget are trained Maxwell team coaches, trainers, teachers, and speakers, and are also certified relationship and marriage and family counselor and mentors. And they have affiliates relationship and also a member of the board of the Institute of Marriage and Family Affairs. We usually call it TIMFA, United States of America. They are the publishers of the Complete Family magazine and permanent guests on the Complete Family podcast. They are family life counselors in their local church, Daystar Christian Center in Lagos, Nigeria, where they both reside. They are blessed with 3 prophetic children and are spiritual parents and mentors to so many. Please, can you help put it in the chat comment, either the sign of a clap or say welcome. We look forward to gaining a lot from you. Please let us make them feel welcome as we give them
thank you.
Digital wave, a digital clap.
Yes.
All right. I think we should just go straight into it, and let me start out to say that how did you meet? And of course, if to say how long you've been married, I've already read that out. So 20 years.
It's 20 years.
20 years, yes.
And
how many days now?
How many
on
days?
the 14th, so you count.
So
10 days extra and some hours.
you know, my wife was doing. I went to church each day, and the guy said, "Sir, you have 120 days more." I said,
Hours, not many hours, because it was 20 days.
My wife was doing countdown.
But 20 by 20.
And that's fine. You know, we are grateful to God.
Of our daughter, the moment she finished her birthday like this, she will count how many 360 what days. Then will start counting down all the way until it's remaining 1 week and it's remaining 5 days. Countdown. I'm telling you.
Her countdown is always a year ahead. Countdown to her birthday.
Countdown, girl. We need 20 days countdown to 20, and it was good.
Yeah,
it was good. I got a lot of encouraging comments. And
so how did we meet?
But you know, we have 2 versions of how we met.
So it was in NYSC. It was in NYSC, and we served in Gombe. For those in Nigeria, Gombe is not far from Jos.
From Bauchi.
Yes.
Oh, like
We served in Gombe.
oh, really?
Interesting.
Wow.
1998. We served in Gombe. 1998.
1996.
Oh,
Interesting.
wow. You were ahead of us.
We didn't know this.
Oh my God.
And it's so I was posted to Ministry of Works and Housing for engineering, but there wasn't no work there. But you know, we went.
I have work in my department today.
So when we were passing out, so I met her that week where she also came to serve, you know. But at the end of NYC, interestingly, our relationship spark happened at the end of NYC. So my boss, Malam guy, forgive me any guidance from the northern part of Nigeria.
Malam yourself, you were born in the north.
I was born in Sokoto. And he said, "Today, can you please come for party dinner and bring your girlfriend?" It was open square, and I said, "Okay." I just pointed and she lifted up her hand and said, "Can I follow you?" You know,
that's his version. That's why I say he has his version.
Oh,
he will always say his version. That's why I allowed him.
Say your version.
Say your version.
No, go ahead.
So his version, my version.
But there is a common point there.
And the common point is we went to serve, we were friends, and then that incident of your boss asking you out for dinner to come with your girlfriend was there, but I was not a friend. And so you asked me if I would come with you, and like I keep saying, you asked me, and I said yes, because I was going for the food. If I hear dinner, it's food. I like food. So
and I went for it, and for me, and in sincerely speaking, I didn't. When I said that, there was no, catch, like a fish.
No intention, nothing.
No intention.
We're just friends.
It was in the house of my boss that when we finished eating, she wanted to pack the plates to go and wash.
Okay, for those that don't know, I'm a plate washer officially. I paid school fees with plate washing.
I mean, she actually packed, and the ladies in the house of a guy, a malam, they don't see the ladies, am I right? They don't see them. So, you know, and so she wanted to pack and go to the kitchen. And it was as if scale fell off my high.
Wife matter,
you know? Wife.
Yeah, the 100 yards.
Wife, Tunde, up your eyes. Wife. And so that was how it, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe this beautiful, you know, lady that everybody was all around. But I was just minding my business, going to be a church boy, going to and but this lady, she demonstrated character. I'm serious. That's what happened. That just it opened it opened a chapter that I wasn't looking at. It opened a chapter. I'm serious. Then I mean, and then my boss then opted out to drop.
Yeah. Offered to drop us
near the Coppers Lounge.
Yeah.
And I begged him just drop us close to one roundabout so that we can walk. You know, take
walk down. So while we were walking down was when we started talking.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was serious. It's just for me, okay, what also happened? It was then after NYC.
Just at the end,
yes.
We had a send forth.
Then we had a send forth for ourselves. We were both in the environmental club. So they now said, okay, we're going to Yankari Game Reserve. Let's just go and unwind. And I decided to go because I was a member of the club.
And I was the secretary. Yeah.
The secretary, one of the escorts. Yeah, so that was it. And we got there. I cooked, first of all. I made food. Got a very dear friend of mine. Everybody. I cooked for everybody. I just made the food. Like, okay, everybody can get something to eat. And then I got a friend to also make meat pies. She makes meat pies, a fellow copper. And she made the meat pies and we took everything. They got drinks and stuff like that. So by the time we got to Yankari Game Reserve, we're taking things out of the car. So they had carried some things down to the pool side, kind of where we're supposed to stay. And then I wanted to get my cooler out. And here comes this chimpanzee, you know, came in and was dragging my cooler with me. And, and I'm like, yes, you know, they walk around, they allow the animals. Yes, it's like a reserve. It's a reserve. Yankari Game Reserve. They let them walk around. Yeah, they let the animals walk around. Yeah. So I'm like, no, you're not getting my cooler. Sorry.
No.
It's like a monkey. It's a brother of a monkey.
Is this the brother of a monkey?
Oh my God. So I just came out. Everybody had left. I was not looking for her.
Yeah.
And I saw this beautiful damsel.
I'm fighting.
That don't forget, struck my heart some days ago. Dragging with the chimpanzee, with the cooler.
So he came to save damsel in distress.
I just appeared.
Like
tiny armor. Correct.
He likes it better with Jane and Tarzan analogy.
I appeared. And for me again, that was another.
Oh my God!
Because for me, she cooked for. This was a big cooler, you know.
Yeah.
And it was this J5. You know this J5 that you put the things down. So when she just put it down, the
chimpanzee came
and was and I just I drove all of them.
So
I killed them in my spirit, my body everywhere. I just killed all of them.
So that was it, and from there, I think it was more friendship. It was more friendship, just talking to each other. And one thing I noticed, okay, I have this in quotes, a bad girl in quotes that had a heart for God and people. And my husband was somebody that loved God. So the bad girl kind of quote was, I had a lot of people. For me, I keep telling people, I say, if they had known that it was a call towards men, it would have been a different thing. Because once people see you, most times around guys, they always think, oh, she's a sports girl. Oh, she's a this, she's a... So that was my story growing up. I always had if you have 5 guys, I'm the 6th girl. So it was easy to just flow with the guys, because I think it was a lot easier talking and being in their world. Now I know it's a calling, okay? Then I didn't even understand anything. So he saw people around me most times. If you see Bridget walking, she's walking with guys. If you see her sitting, there are guys around her. And so that's, so now seeing me in a different light, so it was just like in his head, let me save this girl from herself. She needs help. So he will always come around. He will bring materials like books. He had this, there was something he handed to me once, like an handout that had talked about relationship and stuff. I'm like, what is he thinking of himself? But I read it. It was good information. I love reading. So but that kept us as friends. And interestingly, we had somebody that was a mentor to both of us that was in Gombe. And so when we passed out after the personal parade and all of those stuff, we all went to our various homes.
You went to Benin.
I went to Benin. Went to Sokoto, and then his family relocated to.
My dad retired from
and
Sokoto
went to Akure.
Came to Akure.
Okay. So one of these days, he decided to. Probably it was led, according to him.
No, at that time I knew that she was my wife.
Okay.
So I moved to Lagos. Then,
okay.
And I took a one-way
trip.
Not by air, by road. God have mercy. I'm serious. I couldn't afford it. I only paid one way to go and tell her, "Will you marry me?" So I went to Gombe, and I went to Gombe. So I went to Benin. I didn't have where to stay. Serious. I didn't have where to stay. I didn't have the transport to come back because I just couldn't share where I see. I mean, she gave me transport back. She gave me transport back.
This guy, you're too broke. Go back home in peace.
Yeah, and
I finally said yes.
Yes. And
no, but I actually said no after.
Yeah.
And it took us like a while.
Yeah.
It took us a while before I said yes.
But I went there and I just said to her, "This is where I'm going."
Yeah.
Do you see yourself in the equation? Because I think you're a part of that journey. And she when she now said yes, she told me I did not propose well. She made me go to the beach in Lagos. I had to kneel down between me, angels, and water. and I alone. And then I said, "Bridget, will you marry me?" Oh God, the level. It was very interesting. This was after she had said
that's a very interesting story. I mean, so you took the risk and you still got a no at the end of the day. It shows that that's your I hope there will be no network. Okay. It froze a bit.
Okay. We're still here. We can hear you.
Yes. So let's move in. I totally enjoyed your story of how you met and the proposal and all. But so now we know how you met. We know how long you've been married, 20 years. Yeah. And so the question that we usually ask our guests, is how has the journey been like? 20 good years, not 2 months, not 2 years, not. I mean, 20 good years. How has it been? I'm going to collapse some questions together. How has it been? Are you enjoying your marriage? I know in one of the pre-chat that we had, you told us that at some point you publicly raised your hand at a meeting and said you regretted marrying your husband. You regretted marrying Tunde. The way you're looking at, don't look like someone who is regretting that decision. So how has it been, and how have you guys managed the journey? Why did you in the public forum that you regretted marrying him? And just tell us. I'm itching.
Go ahead. Okay, for me, I think till now we're still two different people. Okay. I'm an extrovert, complete extrovert. My husband is an introvert, okay? So when we got married, before we got married, we had a little drama here and there. But when we got married, our temperament, okay, was a major issue. Tunde's mom, You know, he grew up,
I thought she would be like my mom.
He's the fourth of 5 children. I'm the first of 8. So, and I have 2 boys directly after me. So I'm more of a tomboy. Okay, so that's number 1. Then 2, he's an introvert. So getting married, I'm always like, I love people. For an extrovert, I'm energized by people. Tunde can be by himself, all by himself, like 1 year. Maybe he'll come and look for food. It's fine. You understand? So that was what I was going through, getting married, and I'm also a noisemaker. Noisemaker in the sense that, you know, it is, you're shouting, you're talking, you're laughing. I'm just myself. But Tunde is quiet, and he doesn't want attention. He doesn't want drama. I'm the one that will greet everybody, meeting after meetings and stuff like that. So it was tough for him. So,
and then, so what happened? We went for a meeting, Pastor John.
It was Pastor John, yes. We went for a meeting in one of the leaders' house. Yeah. I think it was his wedding anniversary or something, or birthday, and they had a couples meeting. So we came, and Pastor John was like, oh, trying to share something. I said, which of you here, you know, maybe regret marrying, or you wish you didn't get married to your partner? And I was just like me.
I raised your hand.
I raised up my hand. My husband was like embarrassed, like, what's the meaning of this, you know? So, you know, said to say, yeah, it's okay. People clash, this, that. So, but like I tell people now, if I had looked at our, say, 2nd year story to judge my husband, I would have missed 20 years together. So, that 2 years, it was us understanding ourselves. It was us knowing where we're coming from, where we're going to, being intentional. And over time, yes, we had it a bit rough in terms of temperament, because there was a day I came, I think my husband, he journals, he writes. So he wrote some things, and on one side, I think it was even after that thing happened, on one side of the paper, he had Tunde, on the other side, he had Bridget. So like, Tunde is quiet, Bridget is a noisemaker, Tunde is, you know. So when I checked the paper, I'm like, Tunde, is it that the devil and you're a saint? It's like everything about you is so good. Mine is, can you hear us? Somebody said they lost audio.
They lost audio. Oh.
But we can hear you.
We hear us.
And it's clear.
Okay, and maybe it's the person. Please try. Let us know, please. Ima for Impact. Try and check your network. They can hear us. And we can hear them too. Yeah.
So what we can hear you.
Okay.
And so, person in the, could you please, sorry, Bridget, could you put in the comment section, please confirm if you can hear?
Yes, somebody said
somebody said they can hear us. Yes.
Okay,
they can hear
good.
us. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. So if I had used that season to judge, we wouldn't be here. But then we became intentional in working the relationship. Till today, I still laugh about it, because nothing changed in quotes. He's still an introvert. I'm still an extrovert. But now, because of marriage, I am a bit quiet. You know, I'm now more, I would say an introvert now, but at least I'm not as flighty, as jumpy as I used to be. And all of the maturity has come in, you know. So that has helped. And then in terms of temperament, if you do like a temperament study now, you find a bit of his temperament in me. That's not really me. That is because being married to him after 20 years, you find all of that. But what I can say is we have had to work on ourselves intentionally. We've had to, we've had to like, okay, let me understand you. Let me understand your expectations. Let me understand where you're going to. Until today, we still do that. We still have meetings to say, okay, what can we do? We write goals. We plan our lives. We are more intentional. The early days, yes, we went through marriage counseling. And I will tell people this. We actually had 4 sets of counseling. That's regular. Then other ones. Like an uncle can say, come, you say you want to get married. Let's talk. And that one is another marriage counseling session. An aunt can come and say, oh, let's talk. That's another. But why I said 4, we didn't get married in our church, our current church, Daystar Christian Center, but we did the full marriage counseling with a pastor and his wife in Daystar. We got married in Benin because my parents insisted on me. I'm the first child, remember, insisted on me coming back home to get married. So I had to get married from, in their church, not even the church I was going to. So I did counseling with my mother's pastor in the Baptist church. We also spoke to my pastor in my own church. Okay. My godmother in the church also had questions for him. Then because we had some issues with the family before then, based on the way I had spoken because of the marriage thing. So his brother now sent us to one of his friends that is also a pastor with the wife. So we were going to Bagada then, like almost every weekend, to have
for a period
to have counseling session with that couple. They really helped us. That's till today. I call the man his dad to me, and I call him my kinsman redeemer, because if not for him standing and mediating between, because I'm coming from a different culture. Yes, Edo, Yoruba culture, they are similar, but my husband people grew up in the north. They actually grew up in the north, so they are more reserved. They are more conservative. Okay, they are not your regular Yoruba family. So coming with my Edo blood and everything, they're like, this girl, I hope you are not coming to take over our son's life and just. So they had their reservations. So this guy, I call him my dad, he mediated and he was able to make sure that things happened the proper way, and finally we're able to do the marriage with his parents' blessing, my parents' blessing, and all of that. And then getting into the marriage, yes, we've gone through counseling, but we had those moments where, hey, sometimes I'm like, what did I get myself into? My husband is very, very conservative. So now when some people see like, oh, Tunde is talking, he talks normally, but he wants his space. He wants some things. But now, with his flavorful wife, he's now very, very. I've colored his life. Now he has taken some of the fire. Then I have taken some of the quiet.
I'm still trying to burn. I'm charcoal. I'm still trying to burn.
No, but that's been the journey.
That's your version. Yeah, that's your version. So I want to hear from Tunde briefly. No, what when you got married and you were in that meeting, I want to zero back to that meeting where Bridget raised her hand and signified that she regretted marrying you. How did you feel? Were you also going through a season of regret at that time?
So I wasn't going through a season of regret, but I was going through a season of how do we make it work? How do we make it work? Okay. Was I disappointed? Yes, I was. Was I, it was like bringing a wound out and exposing a wound. And I mean, we then spoke to Pastor John. I mean, he counseled us that please work the issues. That's why we tell couples today, maximize your strengths, minimize your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Maximize your strength. Maximize your strengths. You have strengths that I have strengths that my wife, she doesn't have. She has strengths that I don't have. I can never have. Those are weaknesses to me. It's strengths for her. She's spontaneous. She thinks on her spot. I mean, and those skills you need at various phases of your marital journey. While she has strengths, she has weaknesses that are strengths to me. Being detailed, looking at the details, making sure we
get to the venue on time. 2 hours.
You know what my wife said? Getting to the venue 2 hours ahead. I mean, I have learned to manage. Up to tomorrow, I'm still learning it. How to manage her to be on time. How to manage her to be on time. For this meeting, sir, you won't believe it. I've been shouting. We have to log on. We have to log on. We have to log on.
I logged on time
Yes,
before 7.
She's now 7/10.
For crying out loud.
She's 7/10. Before it was 1/10. But to express, just to help somebody. So what happened before our marriage? So you understand, that already gave me a perspective of, let's walk this journey.
Yeah.
Okay. So before our marriage, I went to greet my elder brother, one of my brothers, and I took my wife to see them, and they live somewhere in Lagos there, and we were just chatting. I think was that the first time she met my brother? I think that's second or fourth or third time. Yeah. So my brother now asked my wife in front of me, asked her brother, "Tunde, have you told her that you are going for your masters?" And I hadn't told her then, you know. And she said, "Tunde, you go marry your masters." God,
No, I can't remember how that was. But
so my brother went to tell my dad that there is a Bini tigress that has given Tunde poison.
Don't mind him.
I give it Tunde honey to drink in Gombe. You know, and that he has thrown away masters.
Hope you know that I'm Benin as well.
I know. I know.
He should mind his words.
I know.
Put it out there.
So my brother went to tell. Guess what? My wife and my brother now are close of it. They even talk more than me now. My brother and my wife now, they are close of. They talk to each other more than me. I don't even get between two of them. They are best of pals, like super pals.
No, but the truth is, he was trying to.
Yeah, he was being a. So my
being
father now said, because we're very neat. We're just 5 of us. My dad and my 5 children. I'm the 4th, you know, and 5. And I said, no. He doesn't want anybody that will come between us. Postpone. Forget the wedding. Can't get yourself. So it was one of another brother's friend that married a beautiful lady. So we had to go to him and he explained to me and my wife culture, respect. You know, you have to communicate with dignity. You know, all kinds of things. So it was that was what she was saying. It was a king's marriage. So don't forget, I was coming from that perspective. Okay. And so already I learned patience because the wedding was postponed for like a year. Yeah, nearly a year.
Wow.
Yeah. Just put on coma until.
So even me left patience. If it was not meant to be, I would have walked out.
Yeah. So we've actually stood by. Okay. So in that perspective, don't forget. So when we now got married, I think the next shock was now living with my wife, and she wasn't like my mom. My mom is extremely reserved. My dad is extroverted. He's a jolly good fellow of the house. But my mom is quiet, collected, knows what she's doing. You know, she can speak 3,000 words in a week. My wife can speak 3,000 words in a day. So you understand? It was just fast paced. It was extreme fast paced. Because when you get married, different from when you're cutting, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
When we're cutting, I was talking.
Yeah.
You were too much in love. You didn't understand that this woman is not going to stop talking.
Yeah. But guess what? We like my mother said, it's not that those things have changed. It's that we have each adjusted to each other. You understand? We have adjusted to each other. You see the good side. Sincerely speaking, those things have a good side. My second daughter talks like my wife. Oh God, she's lovely. She's an extreme talkative. I had to tell her, please don't stop talking. Just talk respectfully. She has a Instagram live that she does. She's not 70. She has interviewed, oh God, a lot of people, and by just talking, she asked them all kinds of questions. You know, and because I found out that there is the positive side of communicating effectively.
being expressive.
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe before you go ahead, let me chip in this. Because at least for someone that is listening here, I remember the very first edition that we did, we talked about the fact that there was a time I also said, I hope I've not made a mistake. And I think it's a good point to re-emphasize again.
Yeah.
If somebody can raise a hand that's like almost regretting
in public,
and you are still together 20 years. So what we also tell people is, then what happened? So it's obvious from all that both of you have said now that I'm saying something like, when you get into marriage, for anybody listening, or in a relationship, don't expect that everything you want, you are going to get from the person. And I think that's the starting point. Then when you have that mindset, it will give you opportunity or ability to be able to allow intentionality to come to play. So what we're saying here now is that there's intentionality between the two of you.
Very true.
There is compromise between the two of you, because then now you talk less. It's like you both of you have blended into each other. So I'm saying compromises. We are saying collaboration. We are also saying understanding and also
maturity. And I'm also saying commitment. Because it's obviously it's taking commitment, for you guys to still be together till now. If you had taken a decision at the second year of your marriage, we wouldn't be here sharing your story to inspire other people. We wouldn't be here to inspire other people 20 years after. And you just look at you guys look beautiful together. Your story is inspiring. I mean, even me, that we are in the same league of being married, for this year 21 years for us now. And I'm getting inspired. I love the way you guys are intentional about your relationship. I love the way you accommodate each other's weaknesses and leverage on each other's strengths. I mean, those are the things that makes marriage. Those are the hallmarks of a great marriage. We always say that you won't see a beautiful marriage that fell from heaven.
No, you walk it.
No, if you see any marriage working, the two people involved are working it. They're making it work, and that's so commendable. That's so commendable.
Sorry, I just want to say one more experience. I think I attended Dele in Daystar, because we go to Daystar, my wife and I, and Pastor Nike spoke about this one. I think it was 2012. I think it was
no, that was after. No,
where was it? 20.
Quite recent.
No, it was before COVID.
Before COVID, we were already here.
Yeah, so it was 2016, maybe 16. I had 2016, and she asked that when you get home, go and ask your partner to score you 1 to 10. So I got home excited, and I said, "Elesin, please call me." Do you know what? She said? I was. She said, "Today you're a familiar stranger." She said, "What? I'm a familiar stranger." So I now remembered quickly. Today you are messed up. So quickly. So what you are saying, you have to be intentional constantly. That's what I'm going, please. You have to be intentional. You have to be intentional. And sorry, why did you say I was familiar stranger?
Okay, you know how it is that you're married. You have seasons in your marriage, and if you are not careful, you get so busy with work, especially when you are like an high achiever. You get so busy forgetting you have a wife at home, and you don't connect. You don't connect. So you go through the motions and you think you're in a marriage. So if you're not deliberate and intentional, like I always tell people, intimacy is not just sex. Because in Africa, when they say intimacy, we think it's sex. Intimacy is beyond sex. It's physical, it's spiritual, it's intellectual, which is mental. It's also recreational. You know, it's recreational. It's in several ways. So you now, as a guy, because in a season of our life, I had to stop working to take care of the children. So most of the people will ask me, oh, why did you stay to take care of children? Why not your husband? You know, I always tell people this. God is the first feminist because he made man, male and female, he made them equal. But in marriage, there's no equality, in quotes.
Headship is singular.
Headship is singular. The man is the head. Leadership is plural. We are both leaders.
In several aspects.
Okay? So that is it. So when people get married, they will tend to, oh, we're equal partners, we're this, we're... No, no. If it works for you, it's okay. I won't say don't make it work for you. But what has worked for us, and I always tell men, even if you're quiet, even if you are a different temperament from a different background, please be a leader so that the woman can follow, the woman can submit, the woman can see that, okay, you are someone that listens and can lead. Not when you say lead and every time we're entering a dish, then tomorrow you say you are not following. No, nobody wants to enter a dish all the time. We enter financial dish, we enter spiritual dish, we enter all kind. No woman wants that kind of drama. So for me, it was very key that he understood where I was coming from. My parents have been married. This will be 51 years now. Before his own parents passed on, that would have been their 50th year, over 10 years now. So they would have been doing 60, 61 years now. This October would have been maybe 61 years. Okay? So we're coming from similar background as far we believe in family, we believe in marriage and all of that. But then your life seasons can move you both apart. So imagine you staying at home as a full-time, I don't call myself a full-time housewife. I don't like that word. So I used to call myself the domestic goddess. And people say, who are you? I said, I'm a domestic goddess. So what do you do? I said, I make things happen for my family and for others. Because I keep telling myself, I'm not a housewife married to the house. Okay? So along the line, my husband is working, is rising up, is doing things. So you get to that point where you're walking into the house as a young executive doing so well. You walk in, you don't remove the executive coat. And you walk in, you want to come in as you are director. And I'm like, guy, hey, Bridget's husband, where are you? Come in, drop your leadership, whatever in the office at the gate. Come in as my husband. Come in and let's talk. Come in and let's, you know, be friends the way we were before. You know, I know where you were before. So it's not a case of, hey, this small boy will not get money. No, that was not it for me. It was a case of pay attention, because what you don't pay attention to, you will lose. So when he came that day saying, oh, score me this, what am I scoring? Today, we can be in the same house, but we're familiar strangers. So you come in as a stranger. You don't know the new me.
So I had to, I physically had to. Yes, so I just paused. I mean, I paused, okay, and just humbled myself. So, okay,
yeah, be my student again.
What am I missing? and I actually started the journey. I do that one.
Yeah.
I paused. Say, what am I missing? What am I missing? You know, what am I missing? And I'm learning the new relationship, the new evolving relationship. I mean, I'm
learning as well. So we have to keep learning. Yeah. And that's what I would tell a lot of women, you know, like we shared our story, him coming from a background where he came to visit me, he didn't have transport fare. And now he can afford to pay my transport fare to anywhere in the world. They are two different people. So he has grown, he has matured. Now he has more responsibility, he has money and everything. So I can't keep going to the past of, hey, Tunde, you broke guy those days. You were stinkingly poor. Now you are this, you think, no. Things have changed. How do we manage the new you? It will outlive new knowledge. So what we now did was to develop, like, we call it the 5x5 communication and connect game that we play.
Yeah, we play.
And we still did that on our anniversary. He was telling me, so we didn't get up to 5 that day. Let's come. But I said, Tunde, please, I beg, I have things to do. He was like, no, we did only 3 or so. I said, no, just leave it like we will still finish it. But what are we saying? So we tell ourselves, what are the 5 things we like about ourselves? Give an example. What are the 5 things we don't like and we need to change? Sometimes it's as simple as, oh, I don't like how you go late for an event or something, or how you don't leave early. You know, it can be like that. It can be as though, oh, I don't like the way you maybe raise your voice at the children, or oh, I don't like how you don't pay attention to. We will give really practical examples. And why it's not to attack you, and it's not for you to be defensive. It's for you to say, okay, I don't like this thing, correct it. Then what do I like? Might be as simple as, oh, helping me clear up, do the dishes, or just putting the duvet over me. Oh, I like it when you do that. Or just bringing me parfait, you know. When you go out, you're coming back, you bring little things. I like it. And I'll tell you so that you reinforce that good behavior. And then stop or drop the bad behavior totally or work on it. So that's been our journey. Evaluating. We don't say, oh, we got married. So no, because people can be married for years and they were really never married.
They were housemates.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So you said something I want to say, but
I'll tell you. Okay.
But I want to touch on that evaluation.
Yeah, you want to touch on evaluation. I want to talk on when this will be, in fact, as you said that thing, I just noted that as a topic for another day. When when partners evolve, okay, when partners evolve, when partners grow, some partners grow, you know, in their place of work, and the other partner is not able to catch up. So something that's supposed to be a blessing and that's supposed to add value to the marriage, it becomes a problem point. So I love the fact that as Tunde was, you know, growing and evolving in his place of work, you were intentional, you were seeing the differences, and you know, kind of also took a step, matched up, and you were able to manage the new Tunde. People are not able to separate the fact that their partners are no longer the people they married 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, and they still relate with them at that level. Another partner is thinking, when is this man going to come up? When is this man going to come up? And that's one major area that I see that, you know, is causing a lot of issues. You know, in some of the cases we've dealt with, when partners evolve, when a particular partner and, you know, the other partner is not able to catch up, or not even able to see, you know, like you said, some people are living in the same house, they're housemates, they're just housemates, but they're just seeing the growth. Some of them, they're not seeing the pains, they're not seeing the things that you know, their partners are going through. So that's, you've raised very valid points. I like the fact that you also mentioned keep learning, that Tunde has to become your student again. You also have to become his student, because you needed to know the new Tunde. Tunde needs to know the new you. You know, he married you, you were not a mother then. Now you're a mother. Now you're a mother, you're an entrepreneur, you are a mentor. Those sides of you that never existed before, that he brought into existence as a result of growth, he needed to know and understand, so he knows how to relate with you. You know, it's just so amazing. I want him to let Dele say what he wants to say. Yes, evolve. I've talked about evolve. He wants to talk about evaluation, and then after that, I want us to talk about finances. You know,
it's just to wrap up that part, the evaluation that you talked about, because
and you know, we do that a lot. Yeah, we evaluate ourselves.
This is what I would say, because there's a need for constant evaluation. And we always say couples have to grow together. If you grow apart, that's when people are not actually evaluating to check the new stage of their lives that they are in. Another flip side to this is we parents, we that have children, the way we treat them when they are toddler, we want to see treat them when they become
teenagers.
And when they are moving on. We are guilty as ourselves until we came to that realization. No, they are no longer babies.
Yeah.
So that same concept, that same ideology is what couples also sometimes miss out from, rather, and tend to destroy their marriage. I felt I should just beam a bit of light there, before we now move into finance.
I'm totally enjoying myself. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself, and even our listeners, thank you so much for remaining here. I hope you are gaining so much. I mean, they're just dishing it out hot. Some very deep things. Keep learning, evolve, evaluate yourselves. Have patience. Don't judge. Don't base your decisions on that person's current situation. So that's I want to go back to that. So when today came to propose to you, in fact, I've never heard that before, because Bridget, you know where we come from. We are going somewhere to hold vex money. You know what they call vex money. So this man took a ring. Left next door. Not going to Benin. No transport fare. No vex money.
One way.
One way. What we get this take out today, honestly. You have my gun with a full chest. You enter road. You have to come back.
Just recently I got to know that somebody came to ask her for marriage that day I went to the house.
It's not the first thing.
I didn't know that I had a competitor that
now. Talk about financing. So obviously that gave us an insight that your beginning was small. It was rough financially.
Very rough. Yes.
I know that a lot of young couples too, go through tough beginnings, especially financially. We were not exempted. I remember when we got married, it was really tough. Financially it was tough. We used to pay our children's fees in installments.
Yeah.
And I remember, I cannot forget this incident. Oh God. Yeah. The school bus came to pick the children. Then we had just the two boys. The school bus came to pick the children. We already left for work. They were home with, our sister that was helping take care of them. And they now called, because we were paying in installment. We had completed one child's payment not too long before that incident.
Can I clear it very well? We actually paid 50% of both of them. But they consider it as a full payment for one. We were paying bit by bit. So it's as good as 50%. So they just took 50% and they balanced it out with somebody.
100% for one child. When the school bus now came, it's only one child. It was nearly end of term. We had not completed school fees. And so they said they were only going to pick the child that in their records, the fees had been fully paid, and they would leave the other child. So my sister called and said, this is what's happening. They're only going to pick one child. They're not picking the other one. I started crying. And we're like, so how do we explain to the other child that it's not because we love you less? That's why we paid your brother's school fees complete and left your own. And
that school needs beating.
Leave the two of them. They should not pick any of them. Let the two of them stay at home. I mean, those are stories that we can't get over, because it just pointed to the fact of how tough it was for us financially, as young couples. So when you guys got married, obviously from what you said, it was tough. Man that enter road, no transport, and then you Bridget, if you have the liver to say yes, Abby, it's all right. Guys, I'm just joking, please.
No, that's fine.
It's good.
Finances. Before I said yes to my husband, we ourselves would even be here today.
Very true.
When we'll go into our story one day. How were you able to, transverse that tough financial state? I know this is a loaded question. I mean, it's a lecture on its own, but just help us paraphrase it. What were these things you took? What steps did you take? Did you have to do a career switch? Did you go into business? Did you do did you gamble?
This Kalo, we understand it. What they know, I'm lottery now.
What did you do? Because money is important. important in marriage.
Yeah, very true. Very
It's a
true.
whole lot of things. It solves a whole lot of problems. It's love is sweet. When money is involved, love is sweeter. So imagine when there's no money. I mean, you can make the love.
No romance without finance.
That comes from him. No romance without finance.
You need to know that. How did we cope?
So, how did we cope? Okay, so just before we got married, she came to Lagos to see my place. Then I was staying with my sister, and I had to. She left town, so I had to stay with one of my friends that became my best man in a part of Lagos called Aja. And I never forget that day. She came. She stayed with her sister in her cousin. My cousin in K2. A place called K2 in Nigeria, somewhere. And so when she said, "Okay, let me know where you're staying," I still remember vividly on Fallow Bridge. I prayed to God, Lord, when she sees my house, may she not turn back. I'm serious. I'm not joking. I'm serious. I can remember vividly that when I prayed, I said, God, Papa, when she sees where I'm currently staying, may she not talk. And so because she was staying with her father in big house in GRA, So but she had to move to Lagos. So luckily, I got a job, and she met where I was staying, but I had to move to a flat somewhere in Ojudubeka, from that space, because she said she didn't want to stay in that side of town. So I approached my office, took a loan, and rented a place. But I think what has worked for us, it was just walking that journey together. You know, that low point of you know what, just walking it and applying the principles of, though we still have, so we had issues of the spender and the saver. I'm the spender, proudly. And I'm the saver. So my parents were civil servants. My parents worked till they retired. My wife's parents, beautiful, I love that, mommy, they did business. So they are entrepreneurs in their rights. They ran a sawmill and all that. So the perspective of money is totally different. Totally different. I mean, we were doing something for some people not too long ago, and they sent just to thank everybody in the team. And they sent 50,000 naira to each person. So my wife and I are in that group. So they sent me 50,000. They sent my 50,000. So I sent my 50,000 to our savings account. We don't do we do. Do we have joint accounts? Yes, but we believe in joint accountability. That's what we believe in, not joint accounts. So joint accounts for us is just like rooms where you allocate things. Yeah. So I sent mine to one of our accounts because I know we had something. So I was not waiting for my wife's account to my own alert. As if you know, I had bills. I had bills. I was so challenged. You're challenged. I wasn't. I was even expecting you to bring some to add to mine. So you know, what I mean, precisely speaking, we started at a low point. I mean, at a very low point, extremely low point, and just walked it. We just walked the process of practicing transparency in our accounts, ability to grow our finances, and made managing money better, managing cash, made mistakes. We actually worked when there was nothing to eat. Praise God, we walked the process. I never forget how this day went to after I was a midweek service in church this time, and I think we went to eat in Opebi. Is it Opebi? Yeah, one of those restaurants. And I think I only had 1,000 naira in my pocket. So I bought meat pie. Was it meat pie? I think it was food, really. Yeah, food. Yeah.
It was
rice
cheap,
and chicken,
yeah.
But it could only take care of one person. So we bought it. So and I asked her to please take care of herself. She knew I was starving. So she stopped 3/4 or so, or halfway. Can't remember. And she said she wasn't eating again. I said, why would you eat now? She said, no, I'm not eating again. We waste the food, you don't eat it. But we only could afford that plate. We only could afford it. I'm serious. and I had to, I gladly took the balance of the meal and ate it that day.
Yeah. Just to save his dignity. You know how it is with the man. He's forming macho. The guy is dying of hunger. Oh, guy, eat this food. I say, eat. No, you eat. But that was really thoughtful of him, because not every man will do that. So I always tell people, when you have somebody that is a partner that you can work with, I already know that my husband is not lazy, Sorry.
Okay. So adding to our finances, I just want to say just two other things that I think helped us. One is we decided to grow together financially. From a very low point. Okay, and grow together. I don't believe in struggling. I don't believe in struggling. Forgive me. I don't believe in.
Doesn't want to hear that word.
I believe in favor.
Say your favor.
So I believe in favor, and I think on that journey of making mistakes, invested in some places that didn't work, we lost money, but learned from it. Didn't sit down in that. Don't blame her saying you led me to that place, or today you led. No. We don't. We packed ourselves. We practice Daystar. We believe in go to Daystar. So we believe in the dream board. The write your goals. So we wrote the goal of we will have our house
5 years.
5 years after marriage.
And it happened.
And the 5th year we moved into the house somewhere in Lagos.
Wow.
Yeah. And we took the mortgage. If you say mortgage in Lagos, it worked for us. So we, based on discipline, what we now took the mortgage, we now started paying ourselves rent. I don't know if you understand. Paying ourselves rent. So the mortgage was for 10 years. We paid it off by the help of God in 5 years. We was paying ourselves as if it was just because you don't own the house. So it's a deliberate, disciplined life. She said I was too hard, but
you are still too hard. The truth is, you have a spender, you have a spender, you have a saver all the time. And for me, the way I grew up, my parents were business people. So somehow they were able to make money and able to provide. And then at one time, we also saw hardship. So I know how to stay in plenty and how to have nothing. But one thing I've learned as a woman is being supportive, especially when you know that the man is doing his best. So I'm not the one. People will see me, you're just sitting at home. I tell them, I say, if you know that I'm like the duck that is on the, lake that is gliding, seriously, my feet is moving, but you just see me gliding. So I've learned I can sell anything sellable as long as it's not illegal. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not doing anything outside. So there's nothing like shame for me. There's dignity in labor. There's dignity in labor. So I think on my feet. So if I see an opportunity, I spot it. And I'm able to say, you know what? Take this opportunity and things like that. So I've worked and I've been on the other side where I was not working. And what I do today is as a result of those transitions that we talked about, you have seasons. But one thing we've always agreed on is people will not really know what we're going through. Because sometimes as people of faith, we have instructions where it's painful. I remember when we had our first daughter, my husband went to church, came back and said, he has to be dropping his money for 6 months into the offering bowl. And that time there was no GSM. You know how it is that you can do a lot and code. Nothing. You have to physically go to the bank. So imagine having a child and there's really no money coming. Every month the money goes into
my salary. 100%.
His salary, 100%. There's nothing like I'm tightening. Everything goes there. And then I'm on some months leave and my money will be paid. I have to go to the bank to show up. So how do we survive? I had to be creative. And then I started praying. So that's why I tell people, I say, as a person of faith, when you say the just shall live by faith, if you're not a person of faith, please take it like this. I believe that you will understand that it's not your money that you have that takes care of you. So we have to live by faith, just trusting God. One thing I do as a person is there's always food in my house, because once you can pay your house rent, you have food. Clothes are not so important. If you like, wear the clothes like uniform every day. It's your business. It's nobody's business. As long as it's clean, you are not smelling. Okay? It's okay. So I am not this kind of materialistic person. Okay? So it was easy for me to say, okay, we're believing God. This is what is happening. Let's trust God. And believe you me, I say this with all sincerity. It was in Lagos I saw that people would come and visit a baby. I came from Benin. If they come, if they even give you 200 naira, praise God. Some might not give you anything. They'll just say, baby, carry baby, leave baby. But in Lagos, they will come. Some will give you 5,000. Some will give you 20,000. That was how these people would come. And so every need was being met in those 6 months. I remember one particular incident that we didn't have, there was no baby food, there was no golden more, there was no bread, so many things. One guy, I can never forget him. Never in my life. This guy came, young guy that was not married. He doesn't even know what he did then.
God led him.
I met him in a school. I used to do school projects and stuff like that. Met him, we became friends, just sent text messages. This guy came, oh, Mom, I want to come and visit. I want to go, okay, come. This guy bought provisions, beverages, everything we needed as at that time. He bought. So for me, I was telling my husband, I said, that's like, you know, the biblical raven feeding, a raven that in quote will consider selfish, feeding a family. Everything up to golden more. You know, when you didn't give somebody a list, like God gave the person a list, buy this.
Your grocery list on your behalf.
So that was it. That was it.
So sorry. Go ahead, sorry.
When it comes to finance, what I would tell people, we've carved out the 6 M's.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That was what you were going to say. Okay, we've carved out the 6 M's just to wrap it up.
By experience.
There
are 6 M's.
We have learned
that every family is critical. 6 M's. So important. So I would say 3, she would say 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first M is the mindset of money.
Yeah.
You're not poor because you don't have money in your account. You're not rich because you have money in your account. No.
Yeah.
No. You can't allow money to serve. You can't allow money to be your God. It will take you in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
You have to deal with greed. You know, you have to deal with greed. Yeah. The mindset of money, very important. It was in that I found out that you need the spender and saver in the house. You need both. One day I was reading 1 Corinthians 9 verse 8.
Yeah.
God gives seed to the sower, bread to the eater. So you need bread. You need to eat bread to get strength to sow seed.
Yeah. So if you are a saver, you want to just save. You will kill yourself and not have money.
Yes.
So you have energy to go back there and work and bring more.
I understand what's happening now. I'm saying it was a hard knock on my head. You know, I can save for 50 years. My wife can save for 5 days.
Did you hear him? That he can save for 50 years. I will save for 5 days. Can you imagine?
No, it's true. But you need both.
Yeah.
So right now, we make sure we have a bit of relax, go for a movie, buy a clothes for yourself. I mean, and you understand.
Money, yeah.
So that's the first M. The second M, very important. You must make money. You must add value to the world and exchange for money. If not, nothing will come in. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Yeah.
So when my wife was saying that God gave an instruction, we're dropping my monthly salary, we were not just sitting there like that. So please,
you have to go work.
We were very interested.
Doing other things.
So you must make money. That's the second. That's the very important. Very critical. That's the second M. You must, the third M. You must manage your money.
Yeah.
We had an experience. 2017.
Yeah.
No, 18, I can't remember. 1 February, we're just reading our Bible. We came across Jesus feeding the 5,000 men.
Yeah.
And with 5 loaves and 2 fishes. When he finished, he asked them to gather 12 baskets.
Yeah.
So I just got an understanding that what are we wasting? What are we wasting? Wasting because of lack of management.
Yeah.
And so we went to open an account. No ATM, no online banking,
yeah.
no checkbook. In my wife's name, jointly, we have to sign to withdraw money.
Yeah.
We put a condition: any money we didn't plan for, any money we did not plan for,
yeah,
we pay our tithes and we put it there. February. By May, we had to put the money in fixed deposit account.
Yeah.
By November, we used the money as a down payment for one of the properties we have in Lagos.
That's amazing.
So that taught us a lesson. Couples just cut out waste. How? Live within a budget. So for the last 15 years, every month I send a list of a budget. I send a list. This is our list. So is there anything I'm missing?
What are we spending? Yeah.
Every month. I will do it again next week.
So let me pause today a bit so that I can, talk to and our listeners and those who are with us on this live Insta Live. If you have questions, I mean, it's been so the elections have been so detailed, so real. They're holding nothing back. If you see me here, I'm taking note as if I've not heard some of this is coming so fresh. If you have questions, please let's not waste this opportunity. Put your questions in, the chat. And if you don't have questions, please just interact with us. Put in the things you're learning. What's how is it hitting you? What's coming fresh, or what is that you already knew before, but it's coming in a renewed way. Please put them in the comment section. We're going to be reading them out. Now they've mentioned 3 M's: mindset, make money, and manage money. So I'm looking forward
continue.
Okay, before you start mentioning the 3 M's, the other M's. So this is 8:16. We'll close 8:30.
Okay.
So as I'm enjoying it, I have to tell myself, we will be conscious of time. So I don't want us to miss anything. So please help us, just keep them coming. So we can stop everything that we can stop before the time.
So you need to multiply. You need to multiply your money.
Number four is
multiply
your money
by investing. Invest the money and make sure you get extra money coming. Okay, and then the 5th one, you make merry. We need to learn to make merry. Okay, make merry, and then make an impact.
The 6th one,
make an impact with your money. Don't just think the money you have is for yourself alone. How do you be a blessing to others with the money you've made? And then in making merry, don't just make money, save, multiply, do everything, and not enjoy the money you've made. Can you make merry by going for maybe a vacation?
So
make merry, So we're intentional about little things. So if it's once in a while, even with the children, once a month, let's go out as a family and eat out. Okay? Sometimes go to the movies. It's the money you've worked for. Because if you don't make merry, you don't create memories. What will happen? You have anything. They're making that impact. Some people can't give people money. They can't even help their own siblings. Not to talk of, they are just, how they will say it in Nigeria, money misroad. Like, it's about them. They don't even know how to give to people, whether pay people's school fees, or some people say, are they my children? Why should I be paying their school? No, look for a good cause. We've had causes that we've given to for years. Some we can't even talk about. For years. So make impact. So if you can manage your finance like that and do it together, do it as a team. When we say we don't believe in joint account, it's not a matter of joint account, because we've seen people having joint accounts and only one person puts the money there and nothing is done about the account. Or another person puts money there and the other person squanders it. No, that's not joint account. So why we say joint accountability is we have joint accounts to make things work and make sure that we are saving. So there There's an account that we don't have ATM, no online banking, nothing. It's strictly for savings. We have other accounts that we use to run things. Okay, so it's over time. We didn't arrive here at once. So that's why we keep telling people we're big on mentoring. We're big on learning. We're big on, things like this. Our marriage is working. Yes, they are working. But are you working it? It takes two to make it work. Somebody asked the question here, what about if the person is not ready to compromise? And what I have seen with a lot of people are people that are, some people are not teachable, not coachable, not trainable. And they become a problem to their family. Your children are watching you. This is your partner. How can you make life better for the person? You must learn to compromise. It must not be your way or the highway. But if there are things that are against your values, that's if you have values. Because we have our values that we go by. So if there are things that are against moral values, then you can say, no, I'm not compromising. But if there are things that nobody will die, in quote, that it's not going to kill people when you do those things, then compromise, because you are both in that marriage to get things done. So that's where people say, oh, why? How do you manage? Say, you manage when you are both ready to make it work. You can't, marriage is like clapping. You can't clap with one hand. You clap with two hands. So both parties will have to make it work, clap. So sit down, agree on where are we going? How are we going? And if you know your strengths, hammer on your strengths. Work on the strengths. I'm the one that might see an investment to say, hey, let's put our head here. And my husband is risk. I don't want risk. I don't want this, that. But when we do it, it's not going to be okay. If it comes out well, to God be the glory. It comes out bad, we take it and we move on. Next time we don't go into such business or with such people. It's as that. So it's us learning, so that we can make it work.
Thank you very much.
This is deep. This is expose. I mean, where will I even start from? My nose is full. I asked that question, and I love the fact that you didn't go into, we bought land in native. You gave us the principles, because principles would always work if you put them to use. You talked about, joint accountability, talked about transparency. Those are some of the values you put to use that has helped you grow from where you were when Tunde did not have transportation, and you still put her inside that relationship, and where you are now, you can pay your transport to anywhere in the world. And those are words apart. We talked about growing together financially, not that one person is taking the financial decision, the other person has no say in it. One person is contributing, the other person is not doing anything to contribute. That becomes a parasitic relationship. But you have to build a symbiotic relationship where both parties, are giving it. I mean, I can go on and on. Let me stop at those notes. Then the money mindset, I mean, this is amazing. These are things I've heard for, but they're coming as, so powerful and so refreshing. And here you talk about make memory. We say make memories. So we always we are making memories, because we also have some of these money principles as well. I mean, it's so good, so beautiful. It's music to my ears and my heart. And I love that some people are not teachable, they are not trainable, they are not coachable. That's the recipe for disaster. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I want to say, guys, watching now, or you'll be watching after now, they shared. I want to call it a system framework.
The engineering background is still speaking to tomorrow,
because I lecture in the university that we deal with concept, theories, and framework. You understand framework is like you've understood the principle on that guiding whatever you want to research or to analyze.
Absolutely.
And that just got me. And we have a few comments that came in earlier on. Say, speak says, thank God you didn't judge him at that second year. Then she also, this person also said, this is really helping those of us that are young in marriage.
Amazing.
And then Dini said, what you don't pay attention to, you lose. That got him and posted it in the comment section. And Omotayo said, that's deep. Headship is singular. Leadership is plural. Then Kimamwa says, make an impact.
Who is Kimamwa?
Yeah, that's the name there. That's it. Kimamwa, right? Yeah, it's a make impact really got me. And I think that is also very, very fantastic. We thought we'd be able to take it a bit further with another area, but I think this is loaded enough.
This is still loaded, though.
It's still loaded.
Ah, my God.
So what I want to do now is I've typed in using at Dele Uwa Agbogun the handles. We want to encourage at this point in time because they are here. You can always get to follow them. Sorry, I'll get the handles and I'll post it shortly.
Yeah.
But we also want to encourage that you try to follow us on at Dele Uwa Talks Real. We are on YouTube and also on Instagram.
Yeah.
At Dele Uwa Talks Real. Follow us, like, comment, and always share whenever you see a post coming out. There's also an email that has also been posted with at Dele Uwa Agbogun. Because it's not at Dele Uwa Talks Real that you see being posted. It's at Dele Uwa Agbogun that posted it. You see it as Dele Uwa Talks Real at gmail.com. Dele Uwa Talks Real at gmail.com. You want to book a session because we are professional counselors. They are professional counselors. You are safe under the umbrella of any one of us that you want to reach out to. And I tell you, we both do amazing, amazing things. And quite a number of people can attest to that. So don't keep quiet until it becomes too until it becomes so messy. Please, whenever you need help, always reach out and we can always arrange how a session can be booked and how we can take you from one step to the other. So, I don't know.
Thank you. Wow, it's been a great session. One more question before we release you, Bridget and Tunde.
Okay.
So 20 years of marriage. I mean, it's a beautiful story. What advice do you have for young couples or couples who are, who have been in it? There was a time my husband Dele counseled a couple that like 20 years, and above in marriage, and they were considering divorce. So why am I saying this? Marriage problems is not a respecter of age and how long you've been in it. It's how well you are working it. It's what you are doing to make that marriage work. So what was my question? So what advice do you have for people who are probably going through issues? Then after that, I want to ask you. I think I know the question to this. Let me know, but just tell us. What advice? What do you have for people who are going through issues? Going through some difficult phase in marriage.
Okay. I want to start by saying that that couple that is going through an issue, marriage go through storms, including my wife and I.
Yeah.
I would like to, if I say that we've not gone through storms that will shook to the foundation of our home. So I want to beg you, please, any marriage that you see working is because the two couples or one is working it. They say the grass looks green on the other side. Okay, when you look, I envy somebody else's grass. I'm telling you the truth. There are two reasons the grass is green. One, it's either of the two. One, it is an artificial grass. That means you don't know the truth about it. Or somebody is working it. One of the two are working it. Somebody woke up in the morning cleaning the grass. Somebody in the evening working it, making sure it's. So what I want to beg that couple that's going through issues, give your marriage a chance.
Going through issues.
Give your home a chance. Okay? Give your home a chance. Listen, even you are not perfect. Listen, even me, I'm not. Even me. Listen, only if my wife should tell you all my sins. She reads out my sins. The one I committed today.
You were good today.
Oh, I was good today. Okay.
You were good today.
Sorry, the one I committed yesterday.
Yeah, you committed one yesterday.
Did you hear what I said? I committed one yesterday.
He went out to eat alone. So I said, you committed something yesterday. Today brought me something. So he was good today.
So I'm begging you, okay, keep your home. So what should you do? Very important. Look for it. Speak. Reach out to Pastor. Reach out to Star. Reach out. Please reach out. Reach out. Reach out. Okay. They will walk you in the multiple of counsel. They say. Now, will the journey be easy? No, but it will be worth the investment. I tell you the truth. It will be worth it. Okay. Marriage is beautiful. I mean, I'm saying it again. I was with. There was this thing. Go to this start. Pastor Bisi. I call her Pastor Bisi. So Bisi was sharing, and she said, "One chase 1,000, two will put 10,000 to flight. Anytime you're not working with your partner, you're leaving 9,000 on the table." Figuratively, one chase 1,000. It's more than multiplication when you work together. I'm serious. It's more. You find favor. There are too many things. Okay, when one is down, the other one will lift him up. You are better than one, and they have a good reward for their labor. So so my encouragement is, please don't give up. Don't give up. My second encouragement is, please be patient.
Thank you.
Be patient.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bridget, 30 seconds. What's your advice?
Okay. I would say work as a team, and please, if you know you need help, get help. The days of saying, "Oh, nobody should hear our business," is like so ancient, so dinosaur. They're over. Get help, and get help from genuine people. And what we always tell people is, your parents might even be counselors. Sometimes when you talk to family members, when you go through your issues, they will still have that bias. So learn to talk to people that will not have the bias, that will be for both of you. Okay, so learn to also be in a community where people are farming, where they want you to make progress and succeed. So when you are in a community of people where they enjoy being married and they love being married, you too will get the strength to get married. But please, if things are not working well and your life is in danger, abuse, domestic abuse, please separate. We didn't say divorce. Separate and get professional help. Because it's the person that is alive that can do marriage. So we don't want anybody to be abused. We don't want the person that is alive that can do marriage. Let me just drop this in. Somebody said, how can you manage on a small budget? Please understand, how do you make marriage on a small budget? You have to be intentional.
£100 a month.
No matter how it is, no matter how small the money is. Keep, like we call it jolloфing. We call it jollof money. Keep it. Keep something small, no matter how small. And compound it. If you can't enjoy it 1 month, make it 3 months. The third month, do something for yourself.
Yeah.
So you delay gratification and do something. But don't always say, oh, bills, 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 bills. If you don't enjoy, the bills will still come. But if you are deliberate about the little you have and you save towards that enjoyment, then you'll be able to spend it. So that's it. Grow from there. Yes. We actually went to buy. We were dreaming. You know how they tell us about visualization? To buy water.
Yeah.
We bought a drink and they gave us nuts. We were dreaming. The next time we came, we were able to afford even staying there. Before, we couldn't afford it. There's no money paid for dreaming. Keep dreaming, and one day it will come closer to you and walk towards it. So that's it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, help appreciate Tunde and Bridget Elesin. Put digital clap. I mean, fire. It's been hot. It's been hot. They've been dropping it, and it's been so amazing. A big thank you. And I mean, you guys have practically dealt with everything that all the questions we wrote down and even beyond. So thank you so much. We pray that God continue to replenish you, keep your home, and your home will remain an inspiration to many. In Jesus' name, thank you so much. And for as many of us that are still logged on, we appreciate you. Thank you. I'm sure the data you have invested, not you didn't spend, you invested the data. Your mind will thank you for it. Your inner self will thank you. Your relationship will thank you. Well done. You are a wise person for staying, this long. Thank you so much for staying. And don't worry, you can still catch up or to watch the video if you want to, on our Instagram page at Dele Uwa Talks Real. Okay, and you can always reach out to us, send us a DM. I think we have phone numbers on our profile on Instagram. And then Dele has posted the email account. So if you need help, please don't hesitate to reach out. And have a beautiful Saturday evening. God bless you.
So before you leave, I just want to also say that I've dropped their handles there. So you have it there.
And Bridget Elesin and Tunde Elesin.
I hope I got it correctly.
Yes, you got it correct.
I passed. Then I think my own last comment is, as we're just talking, I just talked about it, so that someone doesn't put unnecessary pressure on himself or herself. I wrote down here, I said, any working marriages you're saying, they are just two imperfect people striving or working through improvements towards bliss. And it will take two to make things to work. But once again, I want to say a big thank you. Please, share it, and you can invite other people to go to the Instagram account so that they can also be a part of it. If you know the information provided will really help them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.